I'll get switched over here. We're getting into, all right, so we all know that we had some changes to Rule 10 this year. And we're going to talk about those. We're going to talk about the clarification. And we're going to talk about the fact that I had to do a clarification to the clarification. So it tells you kind of how well this has been going. Yes. So Nettle sent out something today. Charlie sent out something today for me to share with y'all, but I've not looked at it. So until I look at it, I'm not sharing it. Okay? Because what I'm going to teach tonight is how I want us to do it. Okay? Not trying to be like, my way is the only way, or I'm 100% and never wrong and stuff like that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But based on everything I've been able to piece together, with all the literature and all this research and everything, that this is the interpretation, the meaning of what they wanted when they made the change. What they wanted and what actually has come of it are not the same. So this is all the confusion. So this is what we're going to focus on tonight. Okay. All right. So just some fundamentals. So we know no live ball causes the covering official to sound the whistle immediately. So we all know, and this has happened to all of us, where I know for me, what happened to me when I saw two guys fighting during the down. And so what did I do as a young official? Threw my flag and blew my whistle and got in between them. And the referee's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, they're fighting." He's like, "And?" I said, "They were fighting. I had to break it up." He's like, "And you blew your whistle." So no live ball causes a foul. No live ball foul causes the covering official to sound his whistle. Okay. So that's just a fundamental. Throw the flag, keep track of the numbers, you let them fight, and then you keep officiating. Penalties are either 5, 10, or 15 yards. Okay. Seems simple, but sometimes just remembering that simple fact when something really crazy happens will help you kind of figure out if you're starting to mark off 11 yards or 12 yards in the middle of the field, then something's wrong. Okay. Now we all know that if we're half the distance to the goal, that's the difference. So the penalty is still 15 yards, let's say, but we're only going half the distance. Then we have to do the math. All right. But 5, 10, or 15. So that's for the umpires. It shouldn't be 12, 13, 14 yards. We have an issue if that happens in the middle of the field. Unless you're at a 1A school and their yard lines are 12 yards apart. And then there's more fundamentals. And so I just had these 3 slides. There's a lot of fundamentals and that apply to Rule 10. So when you're doing your study, make sure that we know this. And you're not quite sure, but if you know the fundamentals, you can pretty much figure it out 90-95% of the time, just based on that. All right, so live ball foul occurs after the down begins. Okay. So when does the down begin? For a free kick for the kickoff, start at half or after a field goal try, following safety, following a free kick down replayed, or a field goal attempt following a fair catch. And then all of the times, snap. So if we have a legal snap, the ball is what? Dead. It remains dead. It never became live. You have encroachment. Does the ball ever become live? No. If you have a pop-up kick, does the down begin? No. So those are just things to remember. So live ball fouls can only occur after the down begins. Fouls before or after change of possession. So we have clean hands. The team in final possession fouls after final possession change. So does that team have clean hands?
Yes.
Yes. if the team in final possession fouls prior to the final possession change, do they have clean hands?
No.
No. So to properly enforce this, you know, if you have a flag, you see a foul and you throw your flag, what do you need to know? Status of the ball and which team has possession. Has possession. Don't during an interception, you know, B intercepts a pass and you throw a flag at some point during the down, and I come in and I ask you, okay, well, who had the ball when the flag penalty occurred? And you say you don't know. That's the wrong answer. Okay, that's the wrong answer. All right. Okay, that's when I have to, as a referee, start using score and the time of the game and the weather to determine what we're going to do, and that's not the right answer. All right.
To the coach.
Yeah. So when you throw your flag for a foul, it's not enough just to see the foul, right? You need to know status of the ball. You need to know team possession. You need to know obviously what the foul was. Good number, great. And then you also need to know the result of the play when you come report it, right? I mean, those are all. How many times as a referee have we gotten, you know, we've gone on pass play and you get a report of a foul and you're like, oh, and you think it was incomplete when it turns out it was complete or the opposite. And that knowing that information is vital to penalty enforcement. So just seeing the foul is not enough. We have to make sure that we're aware of this situation around the foul. Why do I say this excludes PSK? What is special about PSK in this case? What is it about PSK that's unique when it comes to change of possession and fouls? When a PSK foul occurs, which team has possession? K. K has, so because a PSK foul has to occur before the kick ends, right? So during the kick, which team has possession? K. When does team possession change during a kick down? When R gets possession, right? So that PSK is in that tiny window of where K still has possession, but they're giving the ball up to R by kicking. So that's where the PSK comes into play at. And what is unique about non-player and unsportsmanlike fouls? Seating spot. So again, this is another kind of exception, is that since those are enforced in the seating spot, so can B commit a unsportsmanlike foul prior to an interception and still keep the ball? Yes, because those are enforced from the seating spot. Double foul. This is when both teams commit a live ball foul during the down, and no change of possession unless R fouls a PSK foul. There is a change of possession, and the team in possession at the end of the down fouled prior to final change of possession, i.e. they did not have clean hand. And change of possession and team in final possession accepts opponent's foul. It's a lot of words. Okay, but essentially when you have a double foul and there's been no change of team possession, are there options? There's no change. So we have a foul, we have a hold on A, we have a pass interference on B, and there's no change of possession during the down. No options, right? What do? Automatically replay the down. And if it's the last time down of the quarter, on time down. That's right. Let's say we have A holding foul, we have a B pass interference, and then B intercepts and is tackled. Are there options on this play?
Got both fouls before the change.
Both fouls before the change? No. So no, there's no option there, right? No option. Fundamental. A foul during a try is not paired with a dead ball foul to make a double or multiple foul. What is unique about a try? Why is this in here? Is a try actually a live ball down? No, it's untimed, but we don't pair it with a dead ball foul. That's that part. Multiple fouls. So a team commits 2 or more live ball fouls. The offended team may only choose one, okay, excluding non-player and unsportsmanlike. So again, non-player and unsportsmanlike, they're unique because they are enforced from the, right, so you think you keep add it on if you want to on those. But if a team commits a hold and a block in the back and same down, they only get one. You can only choose one of them. And then if that happens, then I'm going to tell the coach or the penalty designee, all right, so you want to decline this foul and accept this one. All right, try to help them out. Okay, kind of give them the options, but give them both fouls, but kind of direct them in which way would be the most advantageous for them. But they got a lot going on. And so they need us to kind of help a little bit with that. But give them both options. Don't skip a step. So you got 2 fouls. Make sure that you do both fouls, because if you start skipping steps, then you're going to miss something one time. All right, so we mentioned non-player, unsportsmanlike, and dead ball fouls. So again, these are not paired with live ball fouls to create double fouls. They are administered in the order of occurrence. Equal number of 15-yard penalties will offset, and disqualification enforced if applicable. So essentially, if you get after the play, you get 2 guys, a player for team A, a player for team B, and they both shove each other to the ground unnecessarily after the play. We're gonna have what? Offsetting dead ball fouls. All right, still throw the flag, still go through the procedure, but we don't have to, the umpire doesn't have to move. Now let's say the same situation, they both shove each other down unnecessarily, and then B gets up and he flexes in A's face. Now what do we got? We still got the personal fouls, right? Because there's contact, but now we also have what? Right. So the 2 personal fouls are going to offset, and we're going to enforce the unsportsmanlike. Is there a non-player foul that's 5 yards in distance?
Yes.
What is it?
Illegal substitution.
Okay. Yep. So don't just assume all non-player and unsportsmanlike fouls are going to offset in 15. There is a situation where you could have a 5-yarder and a 15-yarder, and we would have to enforce those. Rare, but again, just have that in the back of your mind that can happen. So a dead ball foul occurs after the down ends. So when does the down end? The runner goes out of bounds, or progress is stopped. The runner contacts the ground with a body part other than the hand or foot. A live ball touches out of bounds. A legal or illegal forward pass is incomplete or simultaneously called. A loose ball is simultaneously caught or recovered by opposing players. Ball at rest and no player attempts to secure possession after a score, and a helmet completely off the runner. So this is all when a ball, when a down ends. Do you see anywhere on the screen where it says the official referee whistle ends the down? No. Our whistles should not end a down, correct? No. The ball is already dead by rule when we blow the whistle. Okay. So if a player runners down and a player dives on the pile, and you flag it, and the coach goes, "Well, you hadn't blown your whistle yet." Your response is what?
It's already dead.
It's already.
Play was over.
It was already over. The play was already dead. My whistle. If he's listening for my whistle, he's listening for the wrong thing. You're teaching him wrong. Don't tell him that, but that's essentially what we're saying. Okay. Our whistles. So because of that, Should we have a quick whistle or a slow whistle? Slow whistle. We should have a slow whistle. Because our whistle is not what determines when the ball becomes dead. The rule book determines when the ball becomes dead. All right, flagrant fouls. All right, so by definition, so it's severe or extreme, it places an opponent in danger of serious injury or violations that are persistently vulgar or abusive conduct. Okay, kind of one of those things you kind of know it when you see it. Acts include but not limited to illegal helmet contact against an opponent lying on the ground, illegal helmet contact against an opponent being held up by other players, illegal helmet contact against a defenseless opponent. So what's the one common theme among those? Illegal helmet contact. Is contact required for a flagrant foul? No. So you can have an unsportsmanlike action that is so egregious that it still warrants automatic ejection after the first one. Okay. Is contact required for a personal foul? Yes. Okay. You can still decline the foul. Remember, you always have the option to decline the foul, but the player is still disqualified. So you decline it, and it's still disqualified. All right. Loose ball play. So in the rule book, it defines what a loose ball play is, and it's very important. It took me several years to really understand this, and to be able to do penalty enforcement correctly, you have to understand these concepts. So loose ball play. So free kick, scrimmage kick, excluding PSK, a legal forward pass, a backward pass, illegal kick, fumble by A in or behind the neutral zone prior to a change of possession, and this includes the snap. So what is a shotgun snap, essentially? Backward pass. What are we going to see, especially early in the year on special teams, when the snapper tries to snap it back to the punter? That's a backward pass that's going to go over somebody's head. Okay, and then that's when I really get irritated because I'm like, you can't just snap it back 8 yards. Come on now, include for run or runs which precede such legal or illegal kick, legal forward pass, backward pass, or fumble. So essentially, when one of these things happen, a free kick, scrimmage kick, legal forward pass, when that happens, that creates a loose ball play. So everything that happened prior to that action is included in that loose ball play. Okay. How many loose ball plays can you have per down? One. So there's loose ball play, and then there's everything else. So this is where we're having some confusion at the federation level. End of run criteria. So when does a running play, when is the end of the run? What does that mean? So that means when the ball becomes dead in runner's possession. Nice and simple, right? That's the down's going to end. The end of the run's going to be there, all nice, one spot. Okay, nice and simple. Runner spot where the runner loses possession if a loose ball occurs. They have multiple spots staring down. Handing the ball is a continuation of the same running play. So if I go to hand the ball to Emery, then that's one running play. But if I go to hand the ball to Emery and he drops it, he muffs it, my run has what? Ended. Has his run begun? No. If he doesn't have the ball, he dropped it. Butterfinger. If I intercept the pass, okay, and then I'm about to get tackled, and so I think I'm going to hand it to Emery so he can run it to the end zone. That's probably a good idea on my part, but I'm going to do this. And I hand it to him, and he gets it. He doesn't muff it. He has the ball, he gets position, and he starts running. That's all one running play. See what I'm saying? So that is all one running play. But if he were to muff the handoff, now we've got my running play has ended, and there's a potential for another running play should Demery pick it up and start running. Okay. Spot of catch, recovery when momentum is effect. So you can have multiple running plays per down. So here's a couple of diagrams, and these are new slides, John.
Okay.
New slides for you. All right, so
That's a lot.
we have the snap. We have the first run with a fumble beyond the line of scrimmage. The basic spot is where you lose player possession, right? We still got team possession, but we lost player possession. But that is the end of the run. The ball is loose, bouncing around, and then finally is picked up by a teammate, for example. So that begins the second run. When this loose ball is possessed, now we begin the second run. Okay. This time period between where I lost possession and this next possession in this next game, by definition, that's called the related run in the rule book. Not really significant when it comes to penalty enforcement, but it is significant when we talk about timing of fouls. So that's the next slide. And then the second run ends when, say, he's tackled. Okay. So that's the end of the run. That's the dead ball spot. That's the end of the down. Nice, neat, clean. Okay. So when in your rule book on pages 81, 82, and 83, when it states the related run, it is referring to a foul that occurs during a running play, not the related run definition in Rule 2. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Snap, first run, fumble beyond the line of scrimmage. So the basic spot is the end of the run, and then recovery. A foul occurs during this running play. Okay, it can be before. So it can be, let's say I'm grabbed by the face mask and then I fumble. Okay. Or it could be a foul that occurred while the ball is loose. And so either way, that foul, this flag, that foul corresponds to the first running play. So it doesn't matter if it occurred before the end of the run, i.e. when I lost player possession. It could occur while the ball is loose. But as long as that foul occurs prior to the start of the second running play, then that foul corresponds to the first running play. Does that make sense? So when the rule book says on those pages that, I don't, that wording, I'm going to pull up the wording here real quick. When it says, so if you flip to, for example, on page 82, Article 10.4.8, the basic spot is a spot where the related run ends for a foul which occurs during a running play. When they use the term related run there, what they mean is that foul is linked with that first running play. So what they're saying is that the foul corresponds to the first running play. So what is the basic spot for that foul during that first running play?
In the run.
In the run. The end of the run, right? Where I lost player possession. That's the end of the run. So the basic spot for that foul is the end of the run. That's what they're trying to say in the rule book and in the clarification. Does that make sense? I really want y'all to understand this because
so the second run, all right?
Okay.
Penalty, guy picks it up, second run. In order for him to get the ball down here, we got to decline that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Is that the way it was all the time?
Yes.
Garrett, are you saying the related run relates to the original, the first run? Only it doesn't apply to what happens.
Right, so that foul, which occurred during the first running play, they relate, they're linked, they're connected. Okay, they go together. So if we have a play, and let's say, Demery runs, he gets the full back handoff, and he's going, all right, 10 yards downfield, and to open up the hole, Rico, held, gave them a nice, so that's a foul, and then Demery fumbles. That holding, and then Doug picks up the ball, picks it up, and Doug goes for a touchdown, just running down the field. All right, watch it, look at him go. Doug's running play is running play number 2. Dave's running play is number 1. Rico's foul occurred during running play. Okay. So let's add to it. Rico holds, Dave runs for 10 yards, fumbles, Doug picks it up, he's running for a touchdown, and I block somebody in the back to clear the path. I'm gonna clear the path for Doug, right? So Rico's running play is linked with, Rico's foul is linked with running play number
1.
My foul is linked with running play number 2. All right. So you have 2 live ball fouls by the same team. So we have a multiple foul. So we got to deal with both, right? Now the team is going to accept Rico's foul, right? Okay. And so you're going to enforce that from what spot? Well, it depends on what the foul occurred. Yeah, so you're gonna enforce it from the basic spot. Okay, so the basic spot being the end of the run, and then my foul you would decline, right? Because my foul was with Doug's running play, so you have to deal with both. Okay. And then depending on where Rico's foul occurred, now you're either going from the basic spot, which is the end of the run, or the spot of the foul. Okay, we'll get into that in a few minutes. But does everybody see what I'm talking about with understanding when the rule book on those pages, when they say related run, what they need? Okay. All right. So let's
Take that foul and put it.
Okay.
All right. We'll move it over here. Right. All right. We moved it over here.
Both fouls on me.
No. Yeah. So we got one. So it's one foul. So okay. So Demery runs for 10 yards, and he loses possession. So we know that's the basic spot into the run, running play number 1. And while the ball is loose, we have a foul by B. Okay. That foul occurred during which running play? The first one. That foul is going to be enforced from the basic spot. The basic spot. Okay. It's not so that foul gets enforced from the basic spot. So when this foul occurs, it doesn't really change the basic spot for that running play. Yes. And that's why. So why do we drop the beanbag?
For that reason.
For that reason. So if a back judge and my line judge throw beanbags and they're 5 yards apart, then we're gonna go 2.5 yards. And that's gonna be the enforcement spot. All right. We're gonna triangulate the distance between those beanbags. All right. Okay. But that's why we beanbag fumbles beyond the line of scrimmage, because that is giving us the basic spot for penalties.
In your first example, you had a touchdown score, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does that tie in to 8.2 for carrying over? What have to occur during the second running play, you have to require the.
Yes,
Right, not the first, you have to decline, right?
right,
In order to
yeah.
keep the score.
Yeah, well, it depends on the opponent, yeah, but yes, yes. Well, no, I think of that because a foul by B during a down in which an opponent scores, so in that case, it's the down, foul during the down, not during not during the play, if there's no change of possession.
John all lined up there.
Yeah, yeah.
John got coming good over here.
Yeah. But before we get into too many examples, and because we got more to cover, but does everybody understand now? Have a better understanding of this related run in the rule book, what they're saying, what it means. Does everybody, okay, and has everybody in their rule book gone into table 4 and marked it the way they're supposed to? Alright, so I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit. So in table 4, table 10.4, this is what that table should look like. You should have crossed through the succeeding spot and those 3 lines and changed that to end of the run.
Even on the column too.
On the column, yep, on the column title, instead of it's end of the run, not end of the play. So it's table 10.4 on page 83.
Okay, that stands the same, right here, what I'm looking at is the same thing you put out a couple weeks ago.
Yes. Alright. And I'll send this table out again. But that's what your table should look like. Okay, so moving on. So basic spots. So what's the basic spot used for? Penalty enforcement. So these are the types of basic spots. We got the previous spot, we got the end of the kick, we got the spot of the foul, we got the succeeding spot, we got the 20-yard line, we got the goal line, and we got the end of the run. So what of these spots, which 2 are marked with beanbags? End of the kick and end of the run, right? Alright. So end of the kick is what color beanbag? Blue. End of the run is what color? White or black? Yep. No. Well, pink, yes, during October. No orange. Alright. So previous spot. So a foul that occurs with the snap / free kick. A foul during a loose ball play. A foul during a legal kick when an inadvertent whistle down. That's previous spot. That's what we're used to. That's the way it's always been, right? That's no change. What they added this year is a foul by A or B when the run ends behind the line of scrimmage without a change of possession. A foul by A, which occurs behind the line of scrimmage when the run, you get the roster there. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's not. A foul by A, which occurs behind the line of scrimmage when the run ends beyond the line of scrimmage. A foul by A, which occurs beyond the line of scrimmage when the run ends behind the line of scrimmage. And a foul by A or B when the run ends behind the line of scrimmage before change of possession. So what word do you see in each of those? Behind. So if the run ends behind the line of scrimmage, we're going to enforce the foul from where? Previous spot. Right. If the foul occurs behind the line of scrimmage, we're going to enforce from where? Previous spot. Yep. It's excluding special enforcement. So if you remember behind is previous, then you'll be able to get this mostly correct. Okay. All right. So if you're out there and you're stuck, at least you know one or two things. So that means we need to be what with our penalties, flags? We need to be a little bit more accurate than we have been in the past. We need to be a little bit better. And when we have what do we have to make sure we keep doing once we throw our flag? Officiating. Because now what becomes one of the most, always important, but now what's really important is where that dead ball spot is. You know, we can't just kind of go, maybe around 35, you know, and the ball will snap from 33, but that makes a big difference, you know, depending on which way we're going. So we need to make sure we're more accurate with our flags, and definitely we have to know that dead ball spot, because that's one of the first things I'm going to ask is like, where did the down end? Where's that spot at? Where's that yard line?
Mechanically too, is the back judge or off short beam is gonna have to stay with that spot while that official is reporting to the referee, because he may have to move in that ball spot.
Yes. Yes. Hold your spots. All right. So we always kind of talk about, you know, and every time we have a flag, the flag should be covered and the dead ball spot should be covered. It's really, really vital we have these dead ball spots covered. All right. And we've all seen the videos the last couple of years of guys throwing their flags on the wing and the down ends in their general direction, but there's no way you can tell what did he have as the actual dead ball spot. Okay. So we used to be able to kind of get away with the fact, well, the foul by A was, you know, well behind it, so it didn't really matter. Well, it matters now. It's gonna matter now. All right. So that holding foul, you know, say that they snap it from the 30, and that holding foul's at, you know, from A's 30, and they hold them at A's 25, and then the runner's down around the 30. Okay, around the 30, that's gonna matter now. We can't just say, well, it didn't really matter where you got down. We know we're going from the 25. We can't say that anymore. So we really got to be accurate from that standpoint. Spot is the end of the kick. So these are fouls, so fouls behind the end of the kick are spot fouls. Okay, so that's where that beanbag comes into play. Used for post scrimmage kick fouls. So is a PSK foul. So ball crosses the neutral zone. The foul occurs beyond the expanded neutral zone, and the neutral zone can be expanded how far? 2 yards. 2 yards. Can the neutral zone be expanded into the end zone?
No.
Foul occurs before the kick ends. So when does the kick end? So when a foul occurs after the kick in, now what type of play is that? A running play. So we've gone from a loose ball play to a running play. And R has the possession at the end of the down. And obviously there's always exclusions. This stuff. Okay. That's just by definition, PSK. Spot of the foul. So illegal batting or kicking when the foul occurs behind the end of the run or related run. This includes A or K fouls behind the line of scrimmage. So we just said, wait a minute, previous spot, right? Well, here's the exception to that. So illegal batting, illegal kicking, and it's the third one, illegal touching. Illegal touching or spot fouls. All right. Illegal forward pass is always spot foul. Doesn't matter, always a spot foul. Okay. But the illegal batting, illegal kicking, and illegal touching, those are spot fouls. Not even when they occur behind the line of scrimmage.
Guys, this was, I don't know who told me this, and Garrett might have been the one who told me this. I taught this last Monday at the Aiken District. If the foul involves the ball, it's gonna be like we've always done it. If the foul doesn't involve the ball, you're probably going from the previous spot. So if you think of it that way, that'll help you remember. If it involves the ball, i.e. kick, pass, touching, that's all ball. If it's not the ball, like holding, blocking the back, clipping, that doesn't involve the ball. That'll help you remember where where your basic spot is.
Illegal participation, is a spot foul. Illegal forward pass or intentional grounding, spot foul. A foul by team in possession that occurs behind the end of the run or related run after a change of possession. Okay. And a foul by A beyond the line of scrimmage when the run ends beyond the line of scrimmage and the foul occurs behind the end of the run. So, Demery runs for 10 yards and is down. So the run ended beyond, okay? Rico holds 5 yards downfield. So Rico's foul is behind the end of the run. So we'll go from the previous spot. I'm sorry, we'll go from the spot of the foul. Spot of the foul. Yeah, that's becomes a spot foul, like we've always done it.
Just really important.
A commits a foul in the end zone and the foul is accepted.
Very important.
Yes, yes. So that is a safety. That is a safety. Yes. Succeeding spot. So unsportsmanlike foul, dead ball foul, non-player foul, and touchback occurs. Those are all succeeding spot. In your rule book, you need to scratch through 10-4-5 E through G. Get rid of it.
Say that again, sure.
So page 81, rule 10, section 4, article 5. Scratch through all the gray, E through J. E through G.
So all the new stuff.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Look at my car, it's got
All the way to the end.
I've been wondering that stuff. So all the fouls that are behind the line, we're not going.
No. So these are dealing with this. I don't want to confuse people, so we'll talk about afterwards. So the previous spot one is correct. So all the gray in 10-4-2, D through G on what it says that the base spot is the previous spot. That's correct. But in Article 5, when it says the basic spot is the seating spot, you need to scratch through all of that gray, E through J. Okay. E through G. Yeah, sorry. Scratch through the whole rule book, as far as I'm concerned. All right. Basic spot for fouls when the run ends in the end zone. So goal line and the 20-yard line, right? Those are the two options, right? Okay. Goal line, if it's a running play, and the offending team is responsible for forcing the ball in their end zone, they have possession at the time of the foul, and the run/related run ends in the end zone. That's going to go on. And I did a little video with some plays that I sent out today for that as well. And then 20-yard line, the team in final possession not responsible for forcing the ball in their end zone, i.e. touchback, and then the run or related run ends in the end zone. So when it comes to getting this correct, it's really, first thing you've got to sort out is the result of the play. Was it a touchback or a safety? Figure that out first, then figure out the type of play, whether a running play or a loose ball play, and then try to figure out the enforcement spot. But you got to have those two. You got to know the result of the play and the type of play before you can even begin to sort out goal line versus 20-yard line. And really, once you figure out the type of play and the safety versus touchback, you kind of answered the question for yourself in terms of where you're going to go from. Basic spot is the end of the run. for running plays unless it's the previous spot, end of kick, spot of foul, succeeding spot, goal line, 20-yard line, rules apply. All right, so it is all of that except for that long list, excludes special enforcement. Okay. B fouls and the run ends. Behind the line of scrimmage, we're going where? B fouls and the run ends beyond the line of scrimmage, and then run. There you go. There's that table again. Extending the period, on time down. So a foul and penalty accepted by either team during the last time down, a double foul, and a burnt whistle, and you can have repeated on time down. No on time down. So when do we not do that? Well, the defensive fouls during a successful field goal or try, and the defending team enforces from the succeeding spot. And why does it say succeeding spot? What does that allow for? Overtime. Foul enforcement results in a safety. No on time down. Loss of down fouls. So what are the 3 loss of down fouls? Illegal handing, illegal forward pass, illegal touching. Which of the following is not, what is not included as a loss of down? Is illegal touching included? Illegal kicking a loss of down foul? No. Unsportsmanlike non-player fouls. So those are not. So there's no on time down, and the basic spot for those would be the seating spot. Fouls enforced on the subsequent kickoff, and then covered in Rule 8. And a dead ball foul occurring after the period ends is enforced from the succeeding spot or kickoff, and no on time down. So that's when we
last play of the period, if you have potential grounding by the offense, defensive holding of defense, you're gonna upgrade that to a double foul, and you're gonna extend the period, even though it involved a loss of down foul. The other foul is live. So
right, yeah, you have you would have a double foul by that example. So you would have a on time down, yeah. Game clock start option. So fouls occur in the final 2 minutes of either half. The offending team has the option to start the game clock on the snap. Okay. The only option is to start it on the snap. That's the only option. And the foul does not have to be accepted. So when we get inside of 2 minutes of each half, I like to tell my crew we're inside of 2 minutes of each half. That is my verbal cue that we need to pay attention to this and make sure we have this straight in our mind. Free kick out of bounds. So it's a foul for a free kick that goes out of bounds, untouched by R. So the options are 5 yards, previous spot, and re-kick. All right, because this is what type of play? It's ball play. All right, 5 yards from the succeeding spot. Okay, because this is a foul during a free kick down by K, and R has possession in the end of the down. 5 yards, they get that option. And then ball in play 25 yards beyond the previous spot. And ball at the out of bounds spot. So does it say there that the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line? No. All right. It's 25 yards from beyond the previous spot. And why did we talk? Because if you move the free kick line and then they kick it out of bounds, you gotta do some math. All right.
Jonathan, what do you tell the coach? You got 3 words, right?
Ask the coach if he wants to keep the ball.
Keep or kick.
If you want to keep the ball or have him re-kick. It's our job as a crew to give him the most beneficial spot. I don't go through all options. I'm going to be the coach.
Yep.
It's the
Play out of bounds.
Jonathan, you could referee a lot of 1A games too?
So player out of bounds. So this was a change for this year. So players out of bounds when they when any part of that person is touching anything other than another player or game official that is on or outside the sideline or headline, and that player remains out of bounds until returning to the field of play, returning to the field with any body part touching the field and no body part touching out of bounds. So essentially, they have to do what now? Reestablish. So if you step out of bounds and you jump into the air, you're not considered inbounds until you do what? Then you do land back inbounds. Yes.
Touch the ball.
It's dead. The ball is considered out of bounds if player possession is out of bounds when the runner or ball touches anything other than another player or game official that is on or outside a sideline or inline. And a loose ball is out of bounds when it touches anything, including a player or game official that is considered out of bounds. All right, so R1 is running near the sideline as he attempts to catch a free kick in flight. R1 has both feet inbounds. In B, he has 1 foot on the sideline. So in A, is he considered inbounds or out of bounds? In B, is he considered inbounds or out of bounds?
Out of bounds.
When he reaches through the plane of the sideline, the ball bounces off his hands and lands out of bounds. So in A, who's the ball out on? R. And B, who's the ball out on?
A.
Yes. Special enforcement, and we got some play videos coming up here soon. So, foul on a scoring play, touchdown. Okay, enforced on the try or the subsequent kickoff, which means you cannot do what? Carry over to overtime, right? Field goal, replay the down or enforce on the spot. Try, same thing, right?
So you can carry those.
Yes. Foul by A on a scoring play. A live ball foul is accepted, score nullified, and down replayed. Try is not replayed if A commits a foul with a loss of down provision. Okay. This excludes non-player and unsportsmanlike. Fouls prior to awarding a new series. So after first, second, and third down, a new series is awarded if the line to gain is made during the down. A new series is awarded if B commits a live ball foul with an automatic first down penalty. So what are the 3 automatic first downs?
Roughing.
And a new series is awarded if B commits a live ball or a dead ball, non-player, or unsportsmanlike foul, and enforcement reaches the line to gain. That's first, second, and third down. On fourth down, we take out the dead ball, non-player, unsportsmanlike component of that. So on third down, they stop him. Defense stops him short. He jumps up and he flexes off in the player's face and there was third and they were 2 yards short of the line of game. So it would have been after third down. So when you enforce the foul, you're going to award a new series, right? Yeah. Right. Fourth down, they stop him short. He gets up, he flexes. Now, who's going to be awarded a new series at the end after the down? B. And then you're going to enforce the foul. And is it going to be first and 10 or is it going to be first and 25? First and 10.
Second.
New series, line of gain is typically first and 10. All right. Unless it's first and goal. Yeah. Not established until all penalties, including non-player and unsportsmanlike fouls, are enforced. And the exceptions are goal to goal. And then if I've given them ready for play and then a dead ball foul occurs, now what do we have? First and whatever, right? It's not first and 10. It's first and after penalty enforcement. Okay. All right. I released a video on these, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. But essentially, during a kick down, either free kick or scrimmage kick, and there's a foul prior to the end of the kick. Okay. And K will not be the next to put the ball in play. Then R has the option to enforce this foul from what spot? seating spot, okay?
See that off, it's not the try.
So K has possession at the end of the down. So there's a foul by K during a free kick or scrimmage kick down. And K has possession at the end of the down. What are the options for R? So K has possession, so K has to enforce that from the previous spot and replay the down. R has possession at the end of the down, and K commits a foul in a free kick or scrimmage kick down. What are the options for R?
Taking advantage of the dead ball spot.
So they can always replay and enforce from the previous spot, or they can enforce it from the succeeding spot now.
Remember on that play, if they score a touchdown, you can only take it on the try. You cannot carry that over.
So R scores a touchdown when K fouls down and kicks. It's almost like John knew what was coming next. Given this presentation before. So R scores a touchdown when K fouls during a kick down. So what must we know? Did the foul occur before or after the kick ended? And was K's foul a non-player or unsportsmanlike? Alright, so can K's foul be enforced on the try? So if K fouls during the kick, can they enforce that on the try? Yes, because they can enforce it sitting spot, right? K fouls after the kick ended. Can you enforce that from the sitting spot? Yes, using rule 8.2.2, right? You have a touchdown. You have a foul by the offended team. You know.
You can enforce 2 live ball fouls carried over to the kickoff. If you have a foul on the touchdown and a foul on the try.
Right, yeah.
30 yards and live ball penalties carried over.
So what is the difference here? So if K fouls during the kick, we can enforce it on the try, but we cannot do what? Carry it over, yep, carry it over. So, in case foul be enforced on the kickoff. So if they foul during the kick, and you're using this succeeding spot exception, you cannot carry that over to the kickoff. Subsequent kickoff. If they foul after the kick ended, then you can, using rule 8.2.3. Alright, so again, there's another example of what do I have to know as a referee? You have to tell me, when did the foul occur? Was it during the kick, or was it after the kick ended?
Let's do a case play on that. It's got it.
Right here. During the kick, K43 commits a face mask penalty against R32. R11 returns the kick for a touchdown. So this was during the kick, right? So can we enforce it on the try?
Yes.
Can we enforce it on the kickoff? No. During the return, K43 commits a face mask penalty against R32. R11 returns the kick for a touchdown. So when we say during the return, what does that mean? Kick is ended. Kick is ended. So can we enforce on the try? Yes. Can we enforce on the kickoff? Yes.
Absolutely did.
Kick catch interference. So this is a special exception. All right, special enforcement. So what are the options for kick catch interference? 15. Yeah. Or you can take the results of the play. Now, what is the awarded fair catch? What does that allow R to do? Kick, and also allows what? For your umpires. Ball placement. Ball placement. Awarded fair catch allows ball placement. Yeah. Goal line enforcement spot. So B commits a foul, run ends in the end zone. Result would be a safety. So we're going to enforce that from the goal line, right? Because we know we got a running play, and we know the result's a safety. We got to enforce in the goal line.
And the clock starts on the snap.
Yes.
Thank you, Rule 3 Guru.
A commits a foul in A's end zone. A legal forward pass equals what? Are there options?
No.
An accepted foul occurred in the end zone equals safety. R fouls includes PSK, and R's end zone during or after the kick ends, except the foul occurred in the end zone equals safety. All right. Roughing the passer. So incomplete pass, a portion spot is going to be from where? All right. Completed pass and the receiver is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. What are we going to enforce it from? All right. Completed pass and the receiver is tackled beyond the line of scrimmage. Run. Completed pass, receiver fumbles, defense recovers. Right. Completed pass, receiver fumbles, offense recovers beyond the line of scrimmage and advances another 10 yards and is tackled. And that run, so you're going to get the dead ball spot.
Go back,
All of it.
go back to C, Garrett.
Completed pass, receiver tackled beyond the line of scrimmage.
He fumbles and ball rolls 5 yards, advance at end of the run, we're going for the dead ball spot.
Yeah.
Not the end of the run.
Yeah. Well, that's why. So C and E are different. So C is just, he just catches it and tackle.
Okay.
E is the fumble. Yeah.
It's the pile.
Yeah. All righty. There we go. Video. And we should be able to get through most of this. All right, so a whole lot going on here. There's a flag, so let's see. We can see the end zone view here. So what is this right here? Is that a 5 yard, 10 yard, a 15 yard? 15. That's a personal foul. That's a personal foul. All right. So what type of play was this? Loose ball play. So where are we going to enforce this from? Previous spot. Now, what if they had caught this pass 20 yards downfield? Why would this get tacked on? Huh?
It's a loose ball play.
This foul occurred during what type of play? Loose ball play. It's not roughing the passer. This is illegal use. This is a personal foul against a defensive lineman. So this is this foul occurs during a loose ball play. So what is the basic spot for a loose ball play? Previous spot. So
Loose ball play.
he throws the pass, they catch it 20 yards downfield, he's tackled. So they have to decline the penalty to take the 20 yards. So again, you have to know the timing of this, because remember, all action prior to releasing the pass is included in the loose ball play. So this is a loose ball play. All right. Oh, no. All right, so to legally throw the ball away, what does he have to do? Get outside the lateral edge of the free blocking zone and throw it back to the line, or throw it to somebody in the area. All right, so let's see. All right, does he ever get outside the free blocking zone? Does the ball cross the line of scrimmage? Yeah. Is there anybody in the area? No. So and he threw this from where? End zone. So this is an illegal forward pass from the end zone. Safety. Do they have options?
No.
Nope. You can decline the penalty and it's still a safety. Yeah.
Quarterback throwing the ball that has to go past the line of scrimmage in the air.
Yes. All right. So we've got a kickoff that goes out of bounds. So kickoff out of bounds. Where does R have an option of where they're gonna, snap the ball from based on the, ball placement? No, so it has to be snapped from, in this case, the left hash, right? They don't, so they get an option for, no. So when does R, when they have an option? Awarded fair catch? Touchback? Fair catch?
Awarded fair catch.
Try.
Overtime.
Overtime? Safety?
And then one more.
One more.
That's two more.
There's two
There's
T's.
7 of them.
2 T's.
Try.
Try, touchdown,
Touchdown.
field, no,
Kickoff, try.
it's first, ball placement first, yeah, yeah.
Kickoff.
It's 7.
Seven of them, yeah.
Overtime.
Fair catch. Try,
Awarded
awarded,
fair
fair
catch.
catch.
Touchback.
So touchback, try,
That's a 7.
fair catch, awarded fair catch, safety. I can't remember what I've already said.
Yeah, I forget what.
Yeah.
It is, but it's 7.
There's 7 of them.
Just like porn, you'll know when you see it.
Alright. So let's look at this formation, pre-snap wise. Alright, so how many backs do we see here? Got one there, one there, one there. Is he considered a back? No. And he is covering up this guy here, right? Who's responsible for knowing that this guy's covered up? This guy right here. Who's responsible for knowing what happens during the down for this player? What he does? Now you're right there. All right. Well, let's see what he does. Okay. All right. So he was covered up. And he called the pass. Is this a foul?
No.
Why not? On the line of scrimmage. That is correct. And who's the only person that's going to know that?
Wing guy.
That one guy right there. One guy. All right. Uh-oh.
Hey, Gary,
We got trouble here. What is that?
Gary, go back to that, please.
What type of play is this? Loose ball. What is the basic spot for a loose ball play? Well, the basic spot for a loose ball play would be the previous spot, but since this is illegal kicking, it's a spot foul. And is this a loss of down? So, what are the options for R? They can take the result of the play, and that would be a safety, or they can take half the distance from the spot of the foul and replay 4th down. Depending on score, weather, capabilities, they may choose to do that. They may choose to do that.
Why wouldn't you think, yeah, he would take the point?
What do y'all think happened here? Is this ever going to be the correct option?
No.
It's not a good one.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. All right, we've got. That's a good point. That's not just on the referee. That's on all 5. All 5. All 5. Yes. All right. Second quarter. 50 seconds to go. So when it's out of 2 minutes, so that means we have what?
If you have to, you gotta go on record.
But that means clock options are coming into play here. Okay. This is on Dennis's game.
Looks like Dennis moved.
All right. So did he get outside the lateral edge of the free blocking zone?
No.
All right, and is there a player in the area? No. So this is an incomplete pass, right? So when does the clock start following an incomplete pass? So they can enforce the foul, but does B have a clock option on this play? No. No.
Rick's asking, can you go back 2 plays? And that's gonna be the.
This one?
Yes, that play right there. Let's talk about that one again.
We can't hear him.
That's some good replays.
So the guy caught it behind the line.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's look at this angle. Let's look at what the action that happens on the passer here.
Rico, can you hear me now?
So we have to remember that a passer has special protection, right? So a passer is considered what? Defenseless. And so when you get what is that right there? That's illegal helmet contact. So you have an illegal helmet contact against the passer. Yeah, you threw a pass. Legal forward pass. Yeah. So illegal helmet contact against the passer.
Was there a player in the area to catch the ball? It wasn't illegal for a foul.
No, it was legal. Yeah. Yeah, that was legal.
Like if he intentionally drops the ball and he gets speared. You don't have
So that's a legal forward pass, somebody there. So that is considered what? Roughing the passer. Roughing the passer. And we want to call that roughing the passer because it could imply additional yardage depending on what happened in the play, but it also gives what? Automatic first down. Automatic first down.
That, the pass behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Oh, with the covered up receiver.
Yeah, with the cutover receiver. So,
What's the question?
He's ineligible, so he can't touch it.
eligible receiver may not touch a forward pass regardless of it crosses the neutral zone.
Page 66.
Where's that at? Right, that's what I was thinking.
7, 5, Article 13.
All right.
5, that's what I was thinking
There we
too.
go. All right. Okay. All right. So we're back to this play here. So he's covered up. Let's see. Ineligible A players. So is he ineligible? Is this player here ineligible?
Yes.
And he's ineligible by position. So ineligible A players may not advance beyond the expanded neutral zone on a legal forward pass. Before a legal forward pass crosses the neutral zone. And if B touches the pass in or behind the neutral zone, this restriction is terminated. And then right below that, an eligible A player has illegally touched a forward pass who bats, muffs, or catches a legal forward pass, unless it has first been touched by B. So in that sentence, does it say anything about does it matter where he touches it? So it only matters what? And it's a legal forward pass. So in this, so I was wrong. So in this situation, this would be
Legal
touching. And so it would be, what's the penalty for this? Alright, so that would be from
13.
You got it. You got it. I should read my notes. Read my notes on these things.
We'll see that a lot, right?
So here's one. All right, so we're kind of down towards the goal line. So a lot of teams will try like the trick plays and stuff. So we need to be aware of that. So who's got goal line responsibility pre-snap here? And we're inside the 5. So when the ball's snapped, to the goal line. Uh-oh. Number 68 catches a pass. All right, can a 68 ever be an eligible receiver? And why not? An eligible number. So the only way he can catch a pass is if the pass is what? Backwards. So in this case,
He's supposed to be back.
that's
close.
that's close, but I think that's forward. Who's gonna know that's a forward pass or not?
Nobody.
That's gonna be tough.
The wings are at the goal line. So who's the only one that's possibly gonna know if that's forward or not? The referee.
And we're at that point, we're 12 yards.
So it's gonna have to be really obvious to me that it's forward. But if I know that's forward and I see 68 running with it, what do I have to do? I gotta flag that. Wing guy can't get that. Because pre-snap, they're doing, when the ball snapped, they're gone. They're gone.
Center judge.
They take it the other
Yep.
position versus number.
That is hard.
You got two penalties there, Garrett?
That last play.
What would be the second? So you got legal touching.
Legal forward pass.
Well, it was a legal forward pass.
It's legal.
Did he throw it to an eligible receiver? Was there an eligible receiver in the air? You could drop your flag where the quarterback was and lose 5 more yards.
You could, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. You can make the case that he wasn't throwing it away to conserve time, and he wasn't throwing it away to conserve yardage. So it's not.
He explained his teammate for not being further behind when he threw the ball.
Blame the wind. It's Kansas. All right. So what do we? So it looks like we got to kick off, right? So we know this is going to be a free kick down, and so this is during what type of play? Loose ball play. Can you do that? No. So what is that? Legal battery. And was this during the kick?
Yes.
So what is the only option here? Play down. When does the game clock start? When he touched it, it should start. So you should get a second off.
You decline a penalty kick, result of play.
Yeah, so if they accept it, you gotta go from the previous spot, yeah. Oh, okay, all right, so good, was that legal? Was that a legal throw away the pass?
Yes.
All right, so what do we see here? We see big guys running downfield, and they're still running. They're still running.
He was supposed to run the darn ball, coach.
So you have a legal forward pass. So what is the foul on this play? Eligible downfield. And so what is the basic spot for this? Previous spot.
He didn't touch anybody.
He's still going. Okay, I'm gonna foul out. The skies have come down to highlight that downfield. So primarily umpire, right?
Yes.
Well, who else can see this? Wing guys.
The bag judge can see that one.
So wing guys, help out your umpire, especially the backside wing. Backside wing. So this wing over here, there's all 22 players are over here. So help out your umpire. Look for that type of stuff. Yeah. All right, so we've got a punt. So what type of play is this right now? All right, so what is that? So has the kick ended? So what type of play do we still have? Loose. Okay. Now, has the kick ended?
Yes.
What type of play do we have now?
Running.
Running. Oh, now, wait a minute. Does that look like a guy wearing his helmet? No. So what is he doing? Is he allowed to do this?
No.
Does this foul occur during the loose ball play or during the running play? Running play. Back judges. Well, it doesn't matter when he loses it. It matters when he participates. Oh, no, yeah, he lost it earlier.
He's in the aggregate.
Yeah, no, he,
Loses it right there.
yeah, so it's off there. Yeah.
He's participating.
Yeah. So back judges, you've thrown a bean bag for what? Into the kick. And you threw that bean bag when?
First recovery.
When he recovered it. Not at the muff, you threw the recovery. And then you threw another bean bag for the fumble. Yeah. Which bean bag is going to apply to this penalty enforcement? The one that you threw for the spot of the foul. Okay? So make sure you throw the right one. All right? If you throw the wrong one, at least know you threw the wrong one so you can tell me you got them reversed. All right? Yeah. All right, so this is on a 2-point try. So we got a 2-point try. All right.
Sit still.
Got a motion. Okay. So when does this ball? So the run ends short of the goal line, right? Okay, because we have a catch.
Yes.
End of the goal line. Ball hits the pylon. When the ball hits the pylon, is what? Bounds. So this is a 2-point try. Okay, let's say the ball didn't hit the pylon. 2-point try. He fumbles. The ball goes into the end zone. Is this ball still alive?
Yes.
Yes. The ball becomes dead on a try when what happens? On a 2-point try when what happens? He gains possession.
Wait, hold on. You said.
2-point try.
2-point try.
Yep.
It hits the pylon.
No, it says if it doesn't hit the pylon.
Oh,
Say it did
okay.
hit the pylon. Yeah. Now they got a roughing the passer foul.
2-point try. First game?
2-point try.
It's automatic first.
You stated that.
So the defense. All right. So 2 situations here. So it's a catch, fumble, hits the pylon. Okay. Now we know that's a dead ball. All right. Is that considered a change of possession when it hits the pylon? For penalty enforcement for roughing the passer, if a loose ball hits the pylon, is that considered a change of? Where are we going to enforce that foul from? From the previous spot. We cannot enforce it from the dead ball spot because it hit the pylon and it was loose, right? Okay. So we're going to have to go back to the previous spot on that one. Okay. B recovers. Say it doesn't hit the pylon. Fumble. B recovers in the end zone. So the ball becomes dead. The try is no good. Where do we enforce the foul from? Previous spot. Roughing the passer. Fumble. A recovers it in the end zone. Is the try good?
Yes.
Enforcement. Can they carry this?
Yes.
Yeah. They can carry it to the succeeding spot. Yep. All right, 4th and 1. We got 4th and 1. It's Iowa football, so you know it's gonna be bad.
So that one touchdown had to be scored by the defense.
Yeah, it had to be defense. Alright, so 4th down. So. Oh, there. Yeah, don't ignore the beginning of this. Alright, so. Alright. Alright, wing guys. You're gonna be doing what? You're running in, right? And it's 4th down, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna stop the clock automatically. Automatic, right? It's either award B a new series or award A a new series. Either way, you have to stop the clock on both. So you're coming in, all right? And are we gonna hand the ball to the umpire to spot, or are we gonna hand the ball to that official to spot on his foot? Official on his foot. All right. Defense is excited. Uh-oh. Oh, what did he just do? Yes, he sure did. Sure did. Oh, yeah, boy, no. No, it wasn't. Guys jumping around. But it's 4th down. So does that foul determine who gets a new series or not? No. The only thing that determines a new series is did he make it or not? Did he make it or not? They'll measure it. Yeah, and we will put that ball on the wing officials. So if you're standing out behind the sideline, I'm going to make you come all the way in there and put your foot down and put the ball there. All right.
No, some of them. One guy I've seen can't get in. They coming in here.
All right. So real quick. So we need to notice something here. All right. So how much time's left in the second period? 0. So we got the last time down, right? Okay. All right. So he's outside the lateral edge of the free blocking zone, and the ball crosses the line of scrimmage. So was that legal?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We got a flag. Why do we have a flag?
Why we got a flag?
We're gonna find out. We're gonna see.
Oh, right. He did.
Yeah, he can't. He's giving himself up. He's well out of bounds. Yeah, you just can't do that. All right, so we're gonna have an on-time down.
Yes.
Yes, we are. All right, so on-time down. And it's Maryland football. All right, here we go. Running.
Another
And
late hit out of bounds.
Maryland football. So what do we have now?
Another on-time down.
Another on-time down. Yeah. And another one.
Still get half the distance to the goal.
I mean, he's outside the white and they shut him down. This is stupid. But see, multiple on-time downs. So, good question. You gonna call it a live ball or a dead ball foul there at the end? So, if you make it a live ball foul, you will have a. If you make it a dead ball foul,
We're gonna carry it over to the second half.
yeah, you will not have one. So the first one is definitely live ball. Second one should be a dead ball foul, and then you would carry that over to the second half kickoff, but there's no on-time down.
This is Maryland versus Iowa.
Yeah.
All right, so okay. Taylor High School, we got bad camera work here. Oh boy. Oh no.
Nice little blindsider. Oh, I see 2 flags.
All right, so running play or loose ball play? And the run ended where? And the foul was? So where are we going to enforce that from? Previous spot. Previous spot.
Previous spot. New rule change. I got it. I got that one.
Alright? What we got going on here? What is that?
Not very good, was it?
Yeah, so is that a running play or a loose ball play? That foul occurred during the running play or the loose ball play? Running play. Wait a minute, oh, we got more coming on. Alright, so. A's foul occurred beyond the line of scrimmage. The run ended beyond the line of scrimmage, so where are we gonna enforce that foul from? End of the run. But then some of y'all saw the second part of this.
Yeah, there was like a unsportsmanlike.
So, alright, so yeah, that's stupid. And then, what is that right there? So is that live ball or dead ball? So what do we need to do? So we've got to enforce A's first, and then we're gonna enforce B. Right. And then that's number one for unsportsmanlike for 21. So we've got to write that down.
Everybody.
We got to tell the coach that. And the game clock is going to start on the ready. And the play clock is going to be 40 or 25 seconds.
25.
You got a foul by A and you got a foul by B.
It's gonna be 40.
25.
And we don't need any more college guys giving us answers. Aubrey, did you get a game this year?
All right, so okay, see what we got going on here. Oh, all right. So is that a live ball or dead ball foul? Dead ball. So the official that sees this has to know what status of the ball, right? You got to know the down has already ended. You know, it's an open hand slap. You know, probably wouldn't eject him for it. Kind of stupid, personally. But and now this was a foul by B. So play clock's going to be 25 or 40. 40. All right, so is that live ball or dead ball? Dead ball. Let's go back and look at the beginning of this. Let's look at their formation. 1, 2, 3, 4. They flag it. So they flag it. Okay. So this foul by East Carolina. This is simultaneously with the snap. So what's the basic spot for this foul? Previous spot. And then you have a unsportsmanlike by the defense. So you're going to get both, right?
Yes.
You're going to go 5 in the previous spot, and then 15.
You got 5 on in the back?
They called it. They called it.
Yeah,
They called it.
easily got 5 there. Mike on that.
Gary, why you got DBW up there? Got ball blown away somewhere on that flag too?
Maybe.
Yeah, it must be, because it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They have one there too. That's right.
Formation.
Yeah.
Take the formation.
That wasn't the initial line charge?
Was that simultaneous?
So
Defender jumps over.
Yeah, it got hurt.
The offensive lineman didn't dive at his.
no, it was the back. Back comes up, gets him. So is this a loose ball or a running play foul?
Loose ball.
Loose ball. That's right. So, all right. So we have a foul by A behind the line of scrimmage. All right, on an incomplete pass. So where are we going to enforce that from? Previous spot. So you're going to go 15. So they're going to decline the illegal formation foul, right? And then you're going to go 15, and then 15.
I didn't see a formation.
I didn't see it either, but they did call that one.
They call that.
They did call it. Yeah. It was screwed up all the way around. All right, so we got a punt. What is that right there? That's right up here at the top of the screen. Let's watch this again.
Who's got that?
So right there.
Oh,
What is that? It's a clip. All right. Does it matter that this foul occurred, I don't know, 30 yards away from the ball?
No.
Why? It's a safety issue. We got to get this. Who's going to get that?
Whoever sees it.
The linesman.
Whoever sees it.
So who's got the ball?
It's gonna be coming down.
The back judge has got the ball back here, right? The linesmen and the line judges have got to have a wide field of, they're responsible for all of this stuff. They have a wide field of vision, right? Did this foul occur during the kick or after the kick? During the kick. So this is so what is the basic spot for the PSK? And the kick ended right there. Yeah. So around the 20, say it's the 25-yard line. So how many, we enforce this? Are we gonna get the full 15? We're gonna have the distance. Oh Lord. What in the world do we have going on here? Yeah, that's right. All right, yep. Stop the clock, throw some flags down, and then figure it out. All right, so let's talk about this. Week 0 football, in college and high school. A long discussion here. So this is going to require a fair amount of discussion, right? I mean, this is not an easy thing. And unfortunately for your back judges, it's going to be in the 5-man crew. You're kind of on your own back there. So they called an illegal forward pass. I'm not sure why he's getting the loss of down foul. Did we worry about the loss of down aspect on this type of illegal forward? No. He didn't know.
He's practicing for a big game.
He's just giving signals at this point, waiting for replay to buzz him. I don't know what that guy's doing. That's. All right. So first of all, well, okay. So he has momentum initially, right?
Yeah.
But when does he lose momentum? When does he lose the exception for momentum? When he throws it, right? So for momentum to be in effect, what has to happen? The ball has to be dead in the end zone, and R has to have it, at the end of the down, right? So when he throws the ball out, momentum is gone. That exception exists no longer. So
He's down, yeah.
So they get lucky on replay on this.
Yeah. Where is the ball?
Well, so
Actually didn't get lucky.
no. So when he initially catches that, the back judge should do what? Beat back that, right? And so
he still has momentum if he's down there, right?
if he's down, you have momentum. If he's down, you have momentum. Yep. Yeah.
He was just tossing the ball.
No, because as soon as his knee goes down,
That ball, that was inside.
so he's down. So the question is, so where's the ball at? So he's down. If the ball is outside the end zone, then it's going to be spotted where he's down. If the ball is inside, is in the end zone, so entirely in the end zone. So it's not like just breaking the plane to go on. If the entire ball is in, then he gets momentum. If the ball is out, when he's down, and the ball is out, then he gets the ball.
Yeah, his knee's down, that's what makes him down.
Yes. So then he gets the ball. So he's either gonna get the ball at the 1, or you're gonna get the ball at the 4. Is essentially what it's gonna be.
The guys I work with, we're gonna give it to him in the 4.
Because the ball is out of the end zone. I got 2 emotions.
Yeah.
You gotta call that. Oh, he's done. He's done.
Alright, so first thing. Is this runner considered defenseless?
Yeah, you gave yourself a
By definition, and by high school definition, is he defenseless? He's not. He's a runner. Well, so let me find it. A defenseless player. So the only time a runner becomes defenseless is if they're on the ground and have obviously given themselves up by sliding feet first, or they're being held up by the opponent. So he's a runner, so he's not defenseless. Okay? However, that is flagrant. That is flagrant. That's flagrant. So he can still be ejected. He should be ejected.
Yes.
On this.
Yeah,
that's flagrant.
Absolutely.
Now, is this a live ball or a dead ball foul?
Dead ball foul. He's like, what did I do?
It's football.
Alright. Okay, so.
I'm sorry, you can hot potato.
Alright, so watch this. Alright, so what is that right there?
Face mask.
5 or 15? 15. Alright, well, watch what that player does. Alright, so let's go back and see. So is that player, number 14, for A, does he throw a legal forward pass?
No.
There's no eligible receiver in the area. He's not outside the free blocking zone, lateral edge of the free blocking zone, and did not cross the line of scrimmage. So he threw an illegal forward pass. So is he considered a passer?
No.
No.
Still got face mask.
So is this a loose ball play or a running play?
Running.
So we have a face mask foul, and then we have an illegal forward pass.
The offset.
So they're going to be a double foul and offset. Okay.
Yeah. Moving the fly. Foul called for air.
That's true.
All right. All right. So what happens on interceptions? When we have an interception? You got to change the possession, but I mean, we got what? Blindside blocks, blocking both ways, blocking the backs. So who's responsible for the runner here? So it depends, right? If it's way downfield, the back judge has got to have to take the runner, right? Until he can hand it off to the wing guys. So the wing guys, interception, way downfield, wing guys have to do what? They've got to see all the action, between the ball and them, basically, right? Ball and them. Late. Okay, go on in. All right, so and it returned.
He had a whiff. Whiff on the ball.
Saw one on the ground, but how did you?
So there's a flag, so there's a flag, all right, so we got all the way, and all the way in. All right, we're gonna ignore that stuff, because we're out of breath, we're down there to call it anyway. All right.
Tired to jump very high anyway.
So what's going on? We got guys standing around, it's cold. I'm ready to get off the field because it's
Plus, it's got
cold.
those 3 layers of plastic
Yes.
bags.
We got guys pointing, there's no fans. Oh, it's the Spring Valley game, okay. We got a block below the waist. Okay, who are they?
Now he's thinking about which team was that?
All right. Not gonna point. First down, all right. So let's see.
Put his hand back in the bag.
That's right. All right, nice. Fall off, comes off, makes a nice interception. Where's the block in the block below the waist at? We're gonna find it.
No, that can't be it.
He missed.
Yeah.
One whip.
That can't be it.
Well, we still got 2 minutes of this video to go, so.
So we're still looking for it?
They're still looking. All right, they assigned it to Mississippi State. We still got 2 minutes to go, so something must be happening here. We got a chain.
Collaring. Bulldog collar.
Okay.
That was a whiff.
Oh, we got zooming in here.
It's on.
So who's it on?
Defense.
All right, so.
It's on a scoring play.
All right, so we gotta remember A and B are set at the snap, right? Offensive defense can change. A and B do not change. So when you come and communicate this to me, you have to tell me. Don't say that on the offense. Because if you come and tell me on the offense, I'm like, that would be Mississippi State. You need to tell me this was on A, or this was on White, or this was on, I don't even know who they're playing, Tulsa. And then so then we have to, what's the next question? When did the foul occur? Was it before or after the change of possession? Because if it was after the change of possession, they can do what? Try or succeeding kickoff. Succeeding kickoff. If it was before the change of possession, they decline it.
They have to decline it.
Decline it. Yep. So it's another 2 minutes of them figuring that out. What we just said. Okay, so what did we say about the snap?
Backward pass.
Backward pass. So this is what type of play?
Loose ball.
And what is this right here?
Oh, it's a mugging.
It's still going on. Still going on. So, what is the basic spot for a loose ball play?
Previous spot.
So we got a foul by A behind the line of scrimmage. We got a foul by, to the end of the run. Line of scrimmage. All right. So what is this going to be enforced from?
Previous spot.
Previous spot. Now we got 2 more videos after this one. All right, so what do we have there?
Looks like a horse collar.
It's a horse collar foul. So that's a horse collar foul by B, okay? Now the question that we have about that pass is, was it legally thrown away? So was he outside the lateral edge of the free blocking zone? Yeah. So the question is, did it cross the neutral zone. So,
What did it cross the neutral zone if it wasn't getting dragged down by its collar?
Yeah.
He's, well, I mean, you gotta add that element.
You gotta add that element.
You got a good point there.
yeah,
It is up. I mean,
yeah. So that's the conversation to have, right? Is we know he got outside the light arts of the free blocking zone. We know there's nobody there. So would he have been able to do that without being, basically have his knees ripped out from underneath him by being pulled down below? So that's a conversation that has to happen between the referee and.
I'm coming to give you.
But can you honestly assume that though? Because now you're having to assume, oh, well, I know for a fact that he would have got it to the neutral zone, but for this horse collar. Now you're conjecturing about whether or not it would.
And why does this matter? Because if we rule this an illegal for a pass, now what have we created? Double foul. If we rule this a legal for a pass, now what is that player has now become a passer, and this has now become roughing the passer. So, which we would enforce from the previous spot and automatic consent. So having that conversation and determining that is important before you make your final decision on the penalty enforcement. That is a conversation that needs to be had. And honestly, as a referee, I'm looking at the player who's getting pulled down by, and I'm looking at him. I don't know where the ball goes. I don't have any, so I need that feedback. I need that information to have that conversation. And I'm saying, hey, Jonathan, so did it land like a yard short, or are we like 15 yards short? You have that conversation. Was a guy, was he like there was no one within 20 yards, or was there was one guy within like 6 or 7 yards. You can kind of, when he was coming back, you need to have that conversation, get all the information before you determine what you're going to make that call there. All right, 2-point try. 2-point try. All right, got it there. Oh, and a flag. How exciting. So again, what do we get here?
We got some pass interference going on.
They don't call any of that. That's what they call it. That's what we got.
15-yard face mask.
2-point try. So, successful 2-point try with a face mask. So what did they have the options? To the succeeding spot. So it's 15. All right. So if we were going into overtime, we need to explain that to the coaches, because that may determine what they choose to do, offense or defense. Because it's still going to be first and goal, but it's going to be first and goal from the 25 or first and goal from the 5. And if you have a really bad offense, you may go, well, you know what? I wanted to go on offense. I wanted to be first and goal from the 5, as opposed to going on defense first. All right. So make sure you have that conversation there. All right. Last one. Okay.
Football again.
All right. So first of all, on this pass, he's outside the lateral edge of the free blocking zone, and did it cross the neutral zone extended? So does it have to cross the neutral zone in the field of play?
No.
They can cross the neutral zone in the stands. They just got to get there. All right. All right. So we're legal. What do we got here? We have a grab and restrict. Right. We got a hold.
We got a tackle.
That's not a very good one.
No, he still gave it the pressure. That's pretty. But again,
It's an attempted holding.
it's there's a theme here on this Maryland football. Okay. So the foul occurred by A behind the line of scrimmage. This foul occurred during what type of play? Loose ball play. So we're gonna, and then the basic spot for a loose ball play is. So where are we gonna enforce this foul from? Previous spot.
No rule change.
That is the last one, gentlemen. I know that went long, I knew it was gonna go long, but I'm hoping that it kind of got some of that stuff clarified.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
You in New York with?